Day 2 in Guangzhou. We are going to the fabric market today. This has to be one of the most overwhelming things I've ever seen. And you can literally just come here and find exactly what you are looking for to manufacture with it. I'll tell you what, starting a fashion brand is definitely not in my wheelhouse. That's all you, girl. So yesterday we had a design meeting. We went to the suppliers that Paige is working with, and Paige came with a suitcase full of samples and materials and things that she loves. So they really spent hours going back and forth talking about what cuts, what shape, what fit in what material, and the level of detail that these people go into is just mind-blowing. I don't have a fashion background, and fashion is definitely very new to me. So when you see the amount of passion and thought and care that goes into a garment, it really makes you appreciate and respect the garments that you buy a lot more. Not all brands do that either. We then went to the wholesale market, actually. Very interesting space. Like Guangzhou is obviously the manufacturing hub of the world, if not one of. It was really interesting to learn that pretty much most of the fabrics and materials obviously come out of China or places like Mauritius and Bangladesh. But really most of the products that you use, especially if you're in Australia, have passed through here, which I thought was really cool. You can come to China with no business and after 4 days leave with a full business if you wanted to do it that way. But obviously Paige didn't want to do it that way. She is passionate about designing and picking the products in her own label. Why? Why are you so passionate about that?
I am passionate about creating something that I know that I love for my children, and after being in the industry for so long, knowing what my customers love for their children. And I've bought stuff that my great-grandmother made me, and I want to recreate that because it's special and it feels nice. And these clothes are made for memories that you want to remember. Your kids will grow up, but one day you will open the drawer and you'll pull this garment out and it'll take you back to that place straight away. And that's why I want to create something that has meaning and feeling and so much more depth than just a piece of clothing.
What technical skills do you have to be able to design and talk about textiles and fabrics?
I've worked in fashion pretty much my whole life. I studied interior design and I have always been passionate about it.
What's inspired this current collection, Keepsakes?
My children. Definitely my children. Just watching them grow up and seeing how fast everything goes and keeping things of theirs and just knowing how beautiful the quality is. And you want your children to be in fabrics that are good for them. There's so much crap everywhere. There's so much fast fashion. I just want it to be slow, beautiful fabrics that everyone loves.
Thoughts on China so far?
Look, I was quite overwhelmed yesterday. I'm not going to lie. But I think the city itself is definitely not what I expected. It's beautiful. The people here are so kind. No one can speak English, but
they're so kind.
They're so kind. They're very kind. They seem very, very peaceful.
Day 2 in Guangzhou. We are going to the fabric market today. As the name implies, I think it's basically just like a giant building filled with all these different kinds of fabrics and trimmings. This has to be one of the most overwhelming things I've ever seen. It is like 7 levels of fabric. This is a fabric marketplace. 7 levels, different kinds of fabrics, trimmings, all the things. And apparently there's one like this for soft toys, technology, and you can literally just come here and find exactly what you are looking for to manufacture with it. And it's wild just to think about how big of a business each of these retailers must have. Some of them just purely making bows, manufacturing bows, and they have all this staff. You can see they're obviously servicing or supplying to countries all over the world. It's a different way of doing business. Manufacturing is just such a different business. Like, to be so good at making something that you can supply it to the whole world, you don't have competition.
I was obsessed with Baby Born, and I was obsessed with Barbie. I played with Barbie until I was a teenager. I'm pretty sure I got bullied for it. And this label now coming to life is like me dressing real life children, which is just amazing to me. I love
it. Where are we going today?
We are going to see the swimwear manufacturers, which I'm really excited about.
What is the goal?
The goal is to find the fabrics that I want to use.
How will you know when you found the fabric?
I'll feel it, just like I do everywhere. I'm very particular, and as soon as I see the fabric that I know that I'm going to use, I'm set on it.
What makes you want to do matching swimwear, babies and mums?
Because every mother wants to match with their child. It's just the best thing ever, seeing your little mini person in the same print as you.
How did you come up with the name Childish?
I didn't. I bought Childish. I was originally a shopper, and she had it running for 1 year, and she posted that she was going to sell it. I sent it to my husband, and he said, that is one of your biggest dreams. He goes, let's buy it. So I bought it, not knowing anything about Shopify, not knowing anything about wholesaling, and I jumped in the deep end and fell in love with what I did. It's turned into my third baby.
Buying a business, that's nice. Saves so much at the start in terms of like figuring out product, figuring out brand, figuring out a customer base. When did it start to feel like yours?
It started to feel like mine maybe 6 months. Oh, you know what? It started feeling like mine straight away because I had a very different approach. But there were a lot of lessons that I had to learn, a lot of tears. I expected when I opened it that I was just going to get this influx of sales, and it doesn't work like that. You've really got to work hard, you've got to grind. There was no email marketing, there was no meta ads from the old owner, and I got to start all of that. So I was able to redesign it myself. I completely changed the website, and I was really proud of it. I worked from home for the first 3 years, and I outgrew the house pretty quickly.
And why are you so committed to creating your own label?
Because I'm passionate about my own designs, and I know what I like and I know what I don't like. After seeing and having my own children, the dream would be to see them in something that I created.
How do you get inspiration for the designs?
Everywhere. Anything that's beautiful, I'll take a photo of it, and I will try and implement that in what I want to do.
Do you think it's necessary to come to China?
I think it's very necessary to come to China. I think that you spark so many more ideas. You see so many fabrics that you wouldn't even think that you would go for, and it's a whole other world of beauty. Fabric and there's holes in it, they have to cut it and then start again and re-roll it again. But someone has to physically take it, or it goes through a machine and then there's a light box stuff and you can see oh, there you go. Okay, so that's a laser cutting machine. Okay, so they'll lay out the fabric and then it'll come through the machine. This is like a suction pad. So the air comes down and it suctions it together.
How does this work? Isn't it breaking the fabric?
No, because it's a stay stitch.
Yeah,
They
stay
stitch it. They put it through the machine and then they re-stitch it again.
Wow, that makes me feel so much better about myself.
It's called a stay stitch. Someone makes the pattern and then it gets printed on a machine like this, and then someone manually lays up